Can you do gel X or nails as beaten as this? This is the question, and yes, you can. Now, my client has come to do her nails before with me, and this was the state of her nails at the first time she came, and we did a transformation for her. It went well and good, and now she's back. Her nails are looking a lot much better, but you can see that it has experienced a lot of trauma. She has beaten the nails, and her cuticle skin is overgrown. Now, before you do any nail enhancements for your clients, you have to make sure that your prep is on point. Now, for clients who have excessively beaten nails and overgrown skin, the prep is even much more essential. So you have to make sure that you are prepping and prepping really, really good, right? So you first clean the nail plate, and then you want to expose the cuticles by pushing back that overgrown skin, what we call the proximal nail fold. You want to take care when you're doing this because this can be quite uncomfortable to your client because the skin is pasted on that nail plate. So you have to be very careful. For the thumb, nothing to push because it's all eaten. Now that we have exposed the cuticles, we are going to be using this cuticle bit to file away the cuticles on the nail plate. And I'm going to be using on the reverse rotation for one side, that is the left hand side of the nail. And then once that is done, after cleaning and swiping and filing away the cuticles, I'm going to be doing the reverse rotation, clean the cuticles from the nail plate some more, and then lift up the nail skin. And once that's done, I can pick up my cuticle scissors to cut off that skin that we have lifted up. This one I'm going to be doing twice because I did not do a proper lifting of the skin because the skin was just too much. So I like to just pace myself out and take my time to actually care for the skin so that I do not cut my client. So once that is done, I go in with the second part of the cleanup, and this time I'm using a flame bit as against the previous one I used before. And now I can do a much more in-depth cleanup. I'm going to go to the side walls, the cuticle area, go around it, make sure that I am cleaning really, really well. And I'm also trying to make sure that I am not going to be injuring my client's proximal nail fold at all because I don't want her to be experiencing much more trauma. So with the flame bead, I do forward rotations, I do reverse rotations, making sure that the skin is separate from the nail plate. And then once I'm satisfied with how I've lifted the skin, I will go in for seconds with my cuticle scissors and then trim out all of the excess skin and make it look as neat as possible. So I cut, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm not going beyond the border of what I need to cut. So I'm trying to be very, very careful to make sure that I am not going to be cutting, my client, because it's very easy to cut the skin, especially when you have excessive overgrown skin like these ones, and you cannot really tell which is why you have to take your time. So once that was done, I took my ball bit, and now I'm just trying to exfoliate around her nails, the skin, trying to remove every loose skin that I can see. As well as finding out the loose skin, I'm also trying to soften the skin around the nails, because due to the excess biting that she does, her skin is like really hard, especially around the free edge. So I have to make sure that it is really, really soft. After doing this, I go ahead and clean the nails, and now we have to work on the nail plates. Using my mandrel bit, the mini mandrel bit, I'm smoothing the nail plate and also using the same mandrel bit to exfoliate the skin some more. This is just going to help make the skin a lot much softer. And for the thumb, we're just going to be using the mini mandrel beads to work on the nail plate. We're not pushing back the cuticles. I'm not trying to work on the cuticles because that thumb was still a little bit sore. So I'm just using the mini mandrel bead to, clean the nail plate and the skin around it. I go ahead and dust off, and this is what it's looking like. Do you remember how we started? Yes, this is good results. This manicure took me about an hour plus to finish up, and yeah, it just goes to show that you do have to take your time when you're doing a prep, especially when you have nails looking like this and you want to make it look so much beautiful. Yeah, so once that is done, we can go in now with finishing up our enhancements, and I'm applying rubber base to the nails right now. And her nails are quite beaten, and yeah, you see more skin, especially on that free edge. So you just have to be careful when applying your rubber base so that it doesn't touch, the skin. That might be a little bit avoidable, but you can try manage a little bit to make sure that you are not escaping, past the border. Once that is cured, I'm going in now with the rubber base on my gel X tip, and I'm going to be placing that on the nail and holding it down with my finger. Quite tricky because the real estate of the nail surface that I have to work with was very little, and so I just kept struggling with the placement, but I got a hang of it after a while, and I just continued with the gel X application, hold it down for 10 seconds with my hand lamp, and then continue with the other nails, trying to make sure that the gel doesn't spill onto the skin to the best of my ability, which is why when you're doing this kind of work, this gel X, you want to use a gel X glue or rubber base that is very, very thick, which is why I love this rubber base that I'm using right now from Nail to Go. In fact, I love it so much. So much. I swear by it. If you wake me up in the middle of the night and ask me, what's your favorite, base to hold gel X, I'll always call translucent rubber base goodbye nail to go. I love it so much. Anyways, so once the nail is dried, I put it in a lamp again for another 60 seconds to dry completely, and then I can cut the nails and then file to shape, or we're doing almonds for her nails, and I'm just making sure that the shape is on point. After shaping the nails really well, I just use a buffer to buff the edge of the nails and use my 5-in-1 drill bit to work around the cuticle of that tip to make it flush to the natural nails. So once that is done, we are looking like this, and I'm just going to go ahead with applying nail polish to the nails in preparation for the designs that we're going to be doing on the nails, right? So I hope this video answers your question as to how you can apply gel X on excessively beaten nails. This is it. And you can even do your acrylics if you want to, but I just prefer doing gel X, and this was the finished look. I totally love this look. My client was in love with her look also, and we are happy. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.